Some years ago, I discovered a profound Jewish teaching. So profound that it really transformed how I pray and how I live. It's based on the word Amen, a word that Jews use to affirm a blessing that they've heard. In fact, Amen is used by faiths other than Judaism as part of their worship. But what does Amen actually mean? We often think it's an expression of agreement, an expression of faith. And the reason we may think so is because the Hebrew word for faith or belief is emunah. And so the word Amen is a condensed version of saying, I've just heard this prayer, I've just heard this message, I have faith in it, I have belief in it. And until I encountered this great Jewish teaching, that was my understanding of what Amen is all about. But then in the writings of Rabbi Samson Raphael Hirsch, I saw something extraordinary. Rabbi Hirsch is known in terms of his explorations of Jewish etymology, Hebrew connections, and he notes something profound. The word Amen and the expanded concept of emunah, faith, are etymologically related to the word umanut. What is umanut? Artistry, sculpting. Now, what is artistry and sculpting got to do with faith and belief and what we say, having heard a blessing? Well, he explains it in the following manner. When we hear a prayer and we say Amen, we're agreeing to sculpt our lives. We're agreeing to shape our lives according to the message we've just heard. And somebody with emunah isn't just somebody with belief or faith, but somebody who's practically prepared to change their lives, sculpt their lives in order to be aligned with the will and want of God. To be a person of emunah is to allow yourself to be almost a clump of clay that continually reshapes itself according to their understanding of what God asks of them, and what they learn from God's will, from sacred scriptures, from the Torah, from the Talmud, or from whatever other tradition you may belong to. Emunah is the art of self-sculpting according to the will and wish of God. And once I heard this idea from Rabbi Hirsch, everything changed. Because Amen isn't just about belief or faith, it's about action. In fact, it's about the actions we're prepared to put in our lives according to the values that are central to our lives. A person who says Amen, a person who has emunah, is prepared to change themselves, is prepared to improve themselves, refine themselves. They're prepared to make their life a work of art in loyalty to God, to express the will, the ratzon, the desire of God. Emunah isn't just an intellectual concept, it's a calling. It's a calling to be prepared to change. We don't just say Amen. We don't just have emunah. We become the Amen. We form our lives with emunah. And in so doing, we demonstrate what it means to be in a true relationship with God.